Are you a coach or a consultant? Is there a difference? Well, in this video, I'll answer that question. Now let's start with coaching. We'll keep it simple. The coach's job is not meant to run up and down the field. That's the team's job. The coach's job is there to hold the team accountable and make sure they're getting enough rest and have the right strategy. They're practicing and doing the drills. That's the job of a coach. Think in terms of a trainer. Trainer's job is to make sure you're working out the right muscle groups on the right day. Maybe they're there to spot you, but they're putting you on a meal plan. They're making sure you're getting enough rest as well. They're looking out for your overall health. They're helping you build out a health plan that you can stick to. They're holding you accountable and making sure you're showing up. That's the job of a good coach. So if you're a business coach, a life coach, whatever specialty or vertical or niche that you're working in, that is ultimately your job, is to help your clients set up a plan, hold them accountable, encourage them, give them knowledge and insights and tips and ideas, things that can push them and propel them forward so they can conquer new mountains and take over new heights and do great things within their business and their life. That is your job as a coach. Now let's talk about the consultant. If you saw that show, Ray Donovan, where he was the Hollywood fixer and he got called to come in and fix problems that nobody else could solve, that is really the job of the consultant. Your job is to identify problems, to work with teams, to do research, to run surveys, to figure out what the root of the problem is, and then come back to the client and determine what solutions are, whether you're technically implementing them or working with vendors and third parties to come in. At the end of the day, you have to fix a problem. So in coaching, the onus is on the person being coached. In consulting, the onus is on you to solve the problem. Your job is to get it over the line, fix the problem. CEOs will call you and say, hey, we have this big HR issue, or we have a big financial or legal problem or big IT problem. We heard you're the best in class. Come in and tell us what we need to do to fix this, how long it's going to take, how much it's going to cost. Walk us through it. That's the job of the consultant. And if you agree to an engagement, you better be sure that you can get that problem solved. That is your job. Very different than coaching. Now, naturally, it's easy to confuse the two. There's a lot of consultants that are very technical and they work very, very closely with their clients. And sometimes you end up wearing that therapy hat that you can so easily wear inside of coaching. But it's important not to confuse the two. A consultant is a consultant. They're there on projects. They're there to fix things. A coach is there to pump up the client, to get them motivated, to get them focused, get a lot of clarity and alignment in their life and their goals, and to really propel them forward, encourage them to do the work. Consulting, you're doing the work. Now, what about fees and how do you charge for this? On both sides of the table, coaches and consultants can make a lot of money, sure. It really depends on the size of the client in both scenarios. Now, if your client, let's say, is a billionaire and they need someone to come in and help them keep their heads on straight and get focused and realigned, and they want to hire you as a coach, well, the impact that you're able to make to that billionaire in their business as a coach is going to be immense. Conversely, if your client is doing, let's say, $100,000 a year in revenue, you can only make so much impact for that person's business, and therefore you can only charge so much in scale. The same thing is true with consulting. If you're fixing $1 million problem or fixing a $100 million problem, you can thereby charge more money depending on the size of the problem that you're fixing. Now, I've had clients that had $500 million business, $5 million business. I could tell you firsthand that the amount of impact that you're able to make inside those businesses is wildly different, even if you're implementing the same strategies. So it's important to know that as a consultant. So that is really the difference between coaching and consulting. On the coach, the onus is on the client. The onus is on the team, on whoever it is that has to do the work. As a consultant, largely the onus is on you. You got to get the project over the finish line, and you're going to be scrutinized every step of the way until you hit completion. Both of these are noble endeavors. They're very, very noteworthy and worthwhile to do. You're helping someone get the ball further. You're helping someone achieve success. You're helping someone see new heights and see new possibilities for themselves or inside of their business. You're creating wealth. You're spurring on economic growth. You're really there to help. And they're both notable for those reasons. Just don't confuse the two, or you may confuse your client and it'll be tough to dig yourself out of whatever hole you've dug yourself into. Be intentional about the business that you're trying to create, whether you want to be a coach or you want to be a consultant. So I hope that adds some clarity to the conversation. I know there's a lot of noise out there about who who's a coach or a consultant. If you want more content like this, please let me know. Like, comment, subscribe below, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks.